Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 48 on the Florida Trail. It is just about 8 a.m. and we are almost 2 miles in to our 17 and a half mile day. Today is our last day of walking along the Suwannee River. We only have a short bit left of it, actually. We slept next to it last night. Obviously, we are not next to it at the moment. There's about a mile and a half road walk here. Equestrian Trail, this is called. But we've just got open fields on either side of us with a nice sunrise coming up there, as you see. Chilly morning today, but not quite as cold as it has been. I would say probably upper 40s, maybe somewhere around 50 degrees, maybe 50 in town. Not quite out here, I would say. So, yeah, uneventful night. We heard several Chuck's Poor Wills this morning, similar to and related to a whippoorwill. Actually heard them right before bed last night. We were a little afraid that they were going to keep going because they were several all around us and keep us up, but they were fine. They went quieted down when we went to sleep, but they were right up again this morning when we woke up. I don't know that there's anything else necessarily to report. I think we've got potential for some rain, right? It seems to have decreased over the last couple of days, but we might have some today. We are headed into the town of Madison. There is a road walk to end our day, and then we're just going to walk the roughly half mile, 0.8 or so, not into town, into the town, but into an area where there's some truck stops and hotels and things. And then we'll have to get a ride up into town to do our resupply, since we're taking a zero tomorrow. So we'll give you all that information later as well. All right, I think that's it for now. Oh, there goes a deer. Another deer running across the road up ahead of us. Oh, and another deer. That's a 5 for the day. 5 for the day already. All right, we'll check in with you later. This is the Mill Creek North campsite. This is the last campsite northbound along the Suwannee River. So we are just about done with the Suwannee for the Florida Trail. This is where we were thinking of pushing to last night. And as we are looking at it now, kind of glad we didn't. You know, there's just not much space there for tents. You know, we have a 3-person tent for us, so you know, we take up a little bit more space so you can fit some singles there, but yeah, just we had a much nicer space last night, so we were happy to have that. So we are now moving on, walking our last bit of the Suwannee River. All right, we're just about at the end of the Suwannee River. This is a section here called Natural Bridge. That little thing right there, I guess. It's a formation in the karst that it mentions in our description. It doesn't have much more than that. So we've seen that before. I guess that's karst is all through this area down here. Seen some other mentions of some things that we did not see because of things that we missed because of the hunt the other day, stuff like that where we had to kind of skip around some trails. So anyway, that's that. We've got less than a tenth or so of walking next to the Suwannee, and so begins the road walking for the rest of our day. We've got, looks like, just about 5 miles of this before we get up to the state road, assuming that that's a paved road. So we've got roughly 11 and a half miles or so till we get to where we will split off of the trail to walk up into town. All right, something to see here. We got about 2 miles left of this road, and we've been passing a solar farm. There was another one on the other side a little while back. So that's kind of nice to see. And then we got a traditional farm coming up as well. I'm sure you can't smell it through the camera. All right, finishing up this road walk. Coming up on State Road 53. We've got 6.5 miles on that until we take a side detour over to the hotel area. So again, not really sure how much we'll show you along the route, probably not much at all, but we do plan to take a break in about 3.5 miles at a church, which apparently is very hiker friendly. I think they have a table or something out back maybe, but I think they allow you to get water and maybe use the bathrooms and stuff. So we're gonna take a break there either way. We'll just sit somewhere. So stay tuned. Had to get a shot of this old Airstream here. Not sure how old that is, but really cool. It's the old construction of the end design there. More panels there on the back than the current ones. That's really cool. There you go. A little bit different shot of it. That's really awesome. We are now at the Midway Baptist Church entrance or Midway Church of God entrance. It looks like it's pretty far back there, 1/4 mile or so, maybe a little more. We're not going to go back to the church. We're just here for a break. So we're just going to find some shade here in this building, I guess, what's left of this building. Nice. There's a little sign here. Yeah, there's a little sign here that says FT Hiker Outpost on the by the Book Nook. Yeah, so there's a little table and chairs and cooler back there. Coolers. I'm wondering if maybe you could camp there if you needed to. Nice. Yeah. We're about half a mile north of the church that we just stopped at. So just for reference, if anybody wants to maybe take a break there, we're gonna keep going since we're on our way into town. All right, here we are, folks. The last mile to town. We haven't celebrated one on camera too much this trail, so that's something we normally do. Oh, you can see the McDonald's Golden Arches up there. You can see the highway crossing over, and we're going just a little bit beyond that, where the hotel is. So we should be there shortly, and we'll show you. I think we're gonna grab some dinner and whatnot and just go and crash in the hotel for a bit. A lot of road walking today. My feet are ready for a break. Okay, there it is. the Best Western home for us for the next 2 nights. Waffle House right next door. And truck stop across the way with Subway, Wendy's, and whatnot. We'll have to shuttle up into the town of Madison proper to hit the grocery store for resupply. But that'll be tomorrow's problem.